All right. Great Monday morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Cesar Mascoro Jr. in with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery and our 15 minutes to mastery that we do each and every day to get your day started off on the right foot. Hope you are doing well once again. And it is episode number 348. 348. We're quickly approaching 1 year straight of 15 minutes to mastery. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope you were able to get some great things done last week there, wherever you're at, your location. For our friends out in Florida, once again, hey, our thoughts and prayers are with you. Keep your head up and keep pushing through, and things will turn back to where they were and even better. But today we're coming in and talking about goals, right? We're quickly approaching 2025. We're talking about what are you going to get accomplished in 2025 in manufactured home sales? How is this year coming up going to be different from 2024? Is it going to be better? Is it going to be worse? What are you going to do about it? And it's about having a goal-driven life. Roy T. Bennett says, be brave enough to live the life of your dreams and purpose instead of the expectations and opinions of others. There you go. Be brave enough. Be brave enough to live the life of your dreams and expectations. So, as we come in today and we talk about goals and a goal driven life, what is a goal driven life? Well, imagine this. Imagine that you're driving down the road, you're taking a trip and you're trying to get somewhere, and you just, you don't have the map on how to get there. Your Google Maps isn't working, your Apple Maps isn't working, and you're trying to figure out how to get there. Right? What is that going to look like? What is that going to feel like? How are you going to even get there? As opposed to knowing exactly where you're going, how to get there, how long it's going to take, where you've got to turn, what you can do to avoid any sort of roadblocks or closures or things of that nature. That is the difference between a goal-driven life and one that is not. Knowing where you're headed, what you're trying to get accomplished, how you're going to get there, and there will be roadblocks along the way, but you'll be able to get through them. You'll be able to go around them, circumvent them, and be able to continue on moving forward and accomplishing what it is that you're after. All right. So, hey, as we do each and every time that we come in here, we want to make sure that we're getting you all the information that you need. So we're going to talk about this because, as you know, we've got our 2025 Path to Mastery coming up, where we're going to be getting into goal setting for those of you in the manufactured home industry and a whole lot more, right? But let's talk about, first of all, why is it that goals can provide you direction? Well, they're kind of like that compass, right? They're kind of like that map, that Google Maps or whatever it is that you do. They point you in the right direction. They help you navigate through the distractions. Because without having clear goals, it's easy to get caught up in the busy work. You can lose sight of what truly matters. And so having a clear set of goals are going to help you prioritize your time and the energy that you use towards meaningful outcomes. If you work towards outcomes as opposed to just work towards work, things change for you, right? And so when you're talking about that focus, when you're focused on a goal, well, every time that action, right, is taken, it becomes intentional. And we talk about being intentional all the time, right? Moving with intention, always acting with intention. You're not just going to be reacting to the things around you. So when you're making these strategic moves forward, right, that clarity is going to help you avoid those distractions that come along, because there will be distractions, whether it's a phone call that you really don't need to take at a time, whether it's a feed popping up, a notification popping up on your phone, things of that nature that can take you off track when you are goal driven, when you're focused, or the focus you gain from being goal driven is going to help you avoid those distractions. So, of course, then your actions, your effort, your energy become more productive and impactful, right? The other great thing about having a goal driven life is the personal growth that comes from it. A lot of times we may think that the goal is really what we're focused on, right? How are we going to get there? What are we going to do to get there? When in reality, what you need to be thinking about, that goal, what it should be, obviously it's something that's going to get you excited, something that keeps you moving forward. But really it's about the journey. You hear high performers talk about the journey, whether it's uh, elite athletes or anything of that nature. People always say you have to enjoy the journey. So when you think about, if you set a goal that is bigger than what you've ever accomplished, it's more about the person that you need to become in order to hit that goal. When you live a goal driven life, it's not just about achieving those milestones or reaching that summit or whatever it may be. It's about the growth that happens along the way. Who are you going to become along the way? Because every time that you pursue a new goal, you learn new skills. It stretches your capabilities. It helps you evolve and improve as a person. And so with that, obviously, in order to do that, you continue learning. And so the journey towards that goal is really where that growth happens because of what you're learning, pushing yourself towards those new challenges, learning more about yourself, building the resilience, and developing really a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond any of those rewards that you may think is the goal. Hey, this year I want to make, let's just say it was a monetary goal, and you said this year you wanted to make $200,000, and all you've done up until now is 100, 125. Well, in order to hit 200, you've got to become a different person. You're going to have to learn new skills. You're going to have to become a different type of person in order to be a $200,000 a year person. And so it's what you learn along the way that really, truly is the benefit. Because here's what happens. I explain this to everybody. Once you hit a certain financial goal, now you see how much easier it is to hit the next and always increasing and improving because you start learning new ways of doing things. You're able to see how you can improve or what other resources you may need in order to stretch beyond that. That's what we're doing this year here at Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. We've reached a certain point these last 10, 11 months. And so now we're looking at, okay, how can we grow that? And we did this didn't work. We did that worked. And how do we improve on that to be able to increase what we did this coming year over the last? So it's about who you become along the way that really, really matters when it comes to living this goal-driven life. Now, what about the balance, right? What are we going to do in order to be able to also enjoy life? Okay. Well, it just depends obviously on the goal. I'm not going to sit here or stand here and tell you that you're going to have all the balance that you're looking for. However, when you're goal driven, you can also include some of the balance that you need. Right. So by setting goals both in your personal and professional areas, now you're able to prioritize what's truly going to matter. Sometimes you're going to miss something. Sometimes you're not going to be able to be present for certain things, but you've got to be able to prioritize what truly matters and avoid feeling overwhelmed, right, at the expense of something else or someone else. So balance ensures that you're living with intention and purpose, but it's about, are you planning out that balance, right? So again, being intentful on achieving some sort of harmony. And high achievers, high performers use their goals to create that structure. They're ensuring that they're not just working hard, but they're also taking time for those things that truly matter to them outside. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Don't give yourself the pass and say, well, I'm not doing so well, but I've got to make sure I do. Look, man, I had one of my first boss in the manufacturing home industry. Whenever we'd struggle, he'd say this. It's kind of harsh, but it's the truth, right? But he'd say, when the guy was struggling and would come and, hey, well, I've got to get home because I got to do this. Like, nobody wants your broke butt at home. In other words, doing the things that you've got to get done in order to get back on track, and do them well and do them consistently so that you can start to go after the balance. But you've got to make sure that your goals encompass every area, but then you've got to have that focus that we talked about before so that you can make sure that you're hitting each and every one of them, right? And so that's why high performers, what they do, they set their goals with intention, with intent. They're not just dreams, right? They're concrete, measurable, actionable plans. High achievers understand that vague goals, vague wishes and dreams don't lead to results. You got to be very specific. Take time and really be specific to your goals, both in time and action needed in order to achieve them. And you've got to track the progress and make adjustments along the way. Right. That means you're regularly looking at these goals and where are you, and being aware of the fact that, hey, I'm off my goals. I'm not on track. And this is where I'm lacking, because whenever you're not on track, it's you. Plain and simple. It's you. Something you're not doing right or enough of. So you've got to continue to assess where you're at so that you can keep maintaining that forward momentum. Right. And so that the traditional way of looking at goals is simply like a means to an end. In other words, a way to achieve an external success, something that made you feel good, a promotion or more sales or material gains, right? That's the traditional way of focusing on results. But that's also at the most of the time at the expense of personal growth and fulfillment. You're just trying to ram through this wall without improving as a person to be able to work smarter in it, right? So the new way of thinking at goals, a new perspective you should have is, we're challenging you and challenging this view of framing goals from a personal development state. This goal driven life of not just achieving the material success, but about creating the balance and also growing as a professional and as an individual, and learning the deeper purpose of life, your life. What is your purpose? Because this approach is going to disrupt that old way of thinking and emphasizes that success is more than just checking off some boxes. It's not about, oh, I did that, I did this, I did that, but it's about thriving in all areas of life. And if you do that, my friends, you'll see a big difference in the way you approach goals. So we're going to run through the top 5 benefits here of living a goal-driven life. First and foremost, you're going to have clarity and focus. You're going to know what you're after. You're going to know what you're trying to do. You're going to know exactly what steps you got to take, and you can maintain the focus to avoid the distractions, which then will lead to increased motivation to drive, because when you're able to avoid the distractions, you know what you got to do. You just keep moving and going and going and going, and you can have that drive, and you avoid overwhelm and burnout. Because now you're learning, you're growing, you're improving as a person, you're becoming that 2.0 version of yourself, as Bedros Keuilian likes to refer to every individual as, when they make that, when that light bulb goes off and they become that different person. So that personal growth, the journey of living a goal-driven life, who you become along the way as you continue to grow. I'm about to be 52 this year, and I'm still learning new things. I've got to continue to learn, got to continue to improve, and that's what keeps me moving and going. And I'm sure it would do the same for you. But at the same time, when you do those things, you'll also learn how to better achieve balance within your life. It may not be the ideal version of it. I understand that, especially not when you're first building out. Believe me, I miss so much right now with my family. I miss so much, sometimes even with myself, as far as taking care of myself the way that I should, but it's all falling in line. But the more you go along with it, the more consistent you are with it, the more goals you're hitting, the better the balance becomes. All right. You'll never truly be free to just do, I mean, it just depends on who you are as a person, right? But you do get to achieve that balance. But last and not least is just a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment that you have from actually being this goal-driven person and hitting those goals, but more importantly, becoming the person you need to be in order to hit those goals. If you guys can do that this coming year, we are here to help you achieve that. 2025, we want to make sure that it is your best year yet. So as always, I'm coming in and reminding you that we have our 2025 Path to Mastery, November 18th and 19th. We are a month away, a little over a month away from this 2-day event, 5 to 8 p.m. online. We've got some great speakers coming in to speak to you on time management, leadership, personal development, professional development, and at the same time, we're going to end it by putting an action plan together specific to the goals that you are after in manufactured home sales. So go to manufacturedhomessalesmastery.com. You'll see the information right there on the event itself so that you can get signed up and be able to take your life, your business, your career to a whole new level. Have a great week. Make it a great Monday. Get on out there, kick some butt, and help as many families as you possibly can this today and this week, this year, every day of the year. You guys have a great one. As always, I can't wait to meet you.